Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is Wyln News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. Wyln News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on Wyln News. I'm Julia Wiegand. We start out tonight with a traffic advisory for you. There's a report of a collision off of Interstate 81 near Drums in the area of St. John's Road. Traffic is slow going and said to be backed up for at least 4 miles. Motorists traveling in the area can expect delays. You can also visit 511pa.com for traffic updates. The Pennsylvania State Police Commissioner released a statement on recent events taking place right here in Pennsylvania, let alone nationwide. Colonel Robert Ivanchik's been listening to protesters and believes by acknowledging this reality, we can begin moving forward in a meaningful way. PSP created the Heritage Affairs section several years ago, which is dedicated to training troopers and local law enforcement agencies in areas of the ramifications of implicit bias, de-escalation, and the history of policing in America. The Heritage Affairs section continues to expand to build stronger ties to historically undeserved communities. He went on to say that PSP stands with the thousands of residents exercising their First Amendment rights to protest. Workers in Luzerne County are still counting ballots from last Tuesday's primary election. Over 40,000 voters opted for the mail-in ballot option, and some didn't receive them in time to mail it back to the County Election Bureau by the deadline. So, many of those voters cast a provisional ballot at polling sites. The election board now has around 1,000 problem ballots that got flagged during the process. Workers were scheduled to start reviewing ballots today. The county expects to have the counts completed by early this week. A Hazleton woman lost her life following an ATV accident in Banks Township. 30-year-old Kimberly Kraus was riding on the ATV when it crashed early Sunday morning in Carbon County. She was later pronounced dead at Lehigh Valley Hospital, Cedar Crest. Now, during the investigation, police found the driver, Joseph Reese of Hazleton, under the influence of alcohol. He was taken into custody by Pennsylvania State Police and charged with homicide by vehicle, DUI, and reckless endangerment. An autopsy was scheduled today to determine Kraus's official cause of death. 2 state parks welcomed swimmers back to the beaches this past weekend. Tuscarora and Locust Lake opened up for swimming Saturday. The Department of Conservation and Natural Resources Secretary said all 58 state park beaches opened to swimming Saturday. Beach capacities limited to 50% of their normal capacities. Visitors must practice social distancing and wear face masks when they're not in the water. State park pools will remain closed through at least June 12th. Officials have advice for both enjoying the great outdoors and avoiding any COVID-19 exposure. They encourage people to avoid hiking or recreating in groups, wear masks, bring hand sanitizer, and, if you are sick, stay home. A McAdoo man charged with involuntary manslaughter and endangerment of children from an incident last fall was taken into custody Saturday at a store in Hazleton. Hazleton police said they went to Bob's Sporting Goods after receiving a report on a wanted man around 2 Saturday afternoon. 34-year-old Brad Bevins was taken into custody without incident. McAdoo police filed involuntary manslaughter and endangering the welfare of children charges on him for an incident back in October of 2019. Bevins posted $50,000 bail through a bonding agent and is scheduled for a preliminary hearing in Tamaqua June 16th. A homeless man's been behind bars after allegedly assaulting a pregnant woman in Mahanoy City. Police charged 28-year-old Victor Green after being called to a home on Center Street last week. A responding officer saw Green hitting a woman and her mother. Another woman came downstairs while Green was being placed in handcuffs and claimed he assaulted her as well. The victim added that she was 4 months pregnant and not feeling well. Green was charged with aggravated assault, simple assault, criminal trespass, and disorderly conduct. He was jailed at Schuylkill County Prison for lack of $25,000 straight cash bail. A woman faces charges after leading Mahanoy City Police in a short chase late Saturday. Police arrived on East Market Street to observe Joanna Rodriguez arguing with and yelling at another woman on the porch of a residence. Police were familiar with the pair from an argument not even an hour before. Police ordered Rodriguez to stop driving when she tried to make her escape, knowing already she had a suspended driver's license. But Rodriguez sped off anyway, leading police on a chase through several stop signs until she eventually struck a police vehicle. Rodriguez was arraigned and locked up in Schuylkill County Prison on $5,000 bail. She later posted bail Sunday and was released. All Pennsylvanian businesses, communities, and neighbors were affected by the coronavirus pandemic. As stabilization begins, the Commonwealth plans to proceed with caution. Wyln's Bill Kaufman has the details.
On April 22nd, Governor Tom Wolf announced a detailed plan for reopening the state in 3 phases: red, yellow, and green. These phases are based on the conditions in the county, counties, or regions. And as regions or counties move into the green phase, most restrictions will be lessened, and the stay-at-home and business closure orders will remain suspended to allow the economy to strategically reopen while continuing to focus on public health. As areas move into the green, businesses will begin to increase occupancy from 50% in the yellow phase to 75%. However, large gatherings of people more than 250 are still prohibited. Childcare may open complying with guidance, and congregate care restrictions are in place. Prison and hospital restrictions are determined by individual facilities, while schools are subject to CDC and Commonwealth guidance. Businesses conducting in-person operations or serving the public are required to make employees and customers aware of the guidance provided by the Commonwealth. Restaurants and bars open at 50% occupancy, with continued implementation of the restaurant industry guidance, while personal care services like salons and barbershops can open at 50% occupancy by appointment only. Indoor recreation, health and wellness facilities, and personal care services like gyms and spas can open at 50% occupancy, with appointments strongly encouraged. All entertainment like casinos, theaters, and shopping malls can open at 50% occupancy, and construction activity can return to full capacity with continued implementation of construction guidance. As these businesses reopen, it's important that they equip their employees with the necessary PPE to help decrease the spread of COVID-19 and keep their workers and customers safe. If your business needs PPE, visit the COVID-19 PPE and Supplies Business-to-Business Interchange Directory to connect with manufacturers that have masks, thermometers, hand sanitizer, and much more. Reporting for Wyln News, I'm Philip Kaufman.
Thanks for the tips, Phil. Coming up on Wyln News, file your taxes, plus a statement from the PIAA. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
My name is Charlie. I am 8, and here is your weather forecast for the week.
So we have a lot of patients that come into our clinic with imaging that shows things like degenerative disc disease, stenosis, bulging discs. However, what a lot of research is showing us is that this does not necessarily correlate to a patient's low back pain. So today what I'm going to show you is a few exercises that could be helpful in improving your low back pain. So this first one, knees together, just rocking side to side, keeping your shoulders down, and you should feel a stretch along the side of your back. Second exercise, you're going to bring your leg over top and then bring it up and over towards your opposite shoulder. So you'll actually feel that up along the side of your hip. The last one is a plank. So I'll show you how you can do that from a high counter table surface. You're on your forearms. You want to make sure you're not dropping down or lifting up. You want to keep it nice and steady there. So those are a few exercises that you can try out at home that could be helpful to improving your lower back pain.
Looking for information on the coronavirus pandemic? Make sure it's from a reliable source. Go to WYLNTV.com and click on the Lehigh Valley Health Network banner for the real facts about the coronavirus pandemic. And watch WYLN News live at 5:30 for updates on this ongoing crisis. The source matters now more than ever. WYLN, we're your local network.
a Port Carbon woman faces theft charges after allegedly stealing a purse from another woman at the Hazleton Walmart. State troopers were dispatched to the Walmart on Airport Road around 10 a.m. May 20th for a report of stolen items. An investigation eventually pointed to 40-year-old Laura Rose of Port Carbon. Rose allegedly stole a purse from the shopping cart of a Mahanoy City woman in the parking lot and was later found with the purse's contents. Now, according to the IRS, millions of people throughout the U.S. still haven't filed their 2019 tax returns. The coronavirus pandemic pushed back the traditional tax filing deadline 3 months to July 15th. Now, as a result, accountants and tax preparers are gearing up for the tax season. Offices are open for limited hours and by appointment to help people file their tax returns. People need to file tax returns for 2018 and or 2019 to receive stimulus checks. Stimulus checks amount to $1,200 for adults, $2,400 for married couples, and an additional $500 for dependents under 17 years old. The PIAA released a statement regarding guidance for schools prepping for the return to play scenarios. No specific high school athletics guidelines were set by the Department of Health or Governor Tom Wolf. According to PIAA's website, schools are being encouraged to tailor restart guidelines to fit a school's local needs, as opposed to a reliance on a one-size-fits-all approach. Schools are also reminded that all activities must still be in accordance with PIAA out-of-season rules and regulations. The PIAA also urges everyone to play by the rules to keep students eligible, promote optimal health conditions, and prevent any setbacks that may jeopardize the starting of fall sports. For now, PIAA member schools are still forbidden to conduct organized workouts until at least July 1st. Coming up on Carbondale's News Choice, we bring back our talk with attorney David Freed of the Middle District of Pennsylvania and Community and You. Plus, we got a holdup on Steamtown's rails. Stay with us.
Life is different, but it hasn't stopped. So when curiosity turns into a rash, an LVHN video visit is just a click away. No matter what you need, whether it's a phone call with a primary care provider or a specialist, or you just need advice on your health, we have a virtual care option that's right for you. And the best part? You'll always be seen by a Lehigh Valley Health Network provider. Visit lvhn.org/virtual to learn more.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information.
From the bottom of our hearts, the WYLN TV 35 family would like to say thank you to all essential workers for your service to our community and for keeping us safe.
Welcome to Community and You, and today we're talking with the U.S. Attorney for the Middle District of Pennsylvania, David Freed. Nice to have you with us on Community and You.
Thank you.
And you are going to tell us about neighborhoods?
Sure.
Project Safe Neighborhoods is a national program rolled out by the Justice Department. This is actually, we call it PSN. This is actually PSN 2.0. The original PSN was back a few years ago when George W. Bush was president. They rolled it out. And based on a program of research and community engagement, law enforcement, to try to put assets to areas of greatest need. And what was shown in the original PSN program, you might remember in the Middle District there were some billboards, do gun crime, get federal time, that sort of thing. And there was some grant money available. That was spread out throughout the district. And what that showed across the country was these sorts of programs can reduce violent crime. Depending on where you are, by large percentages or smaller percentages, depending on your problem. So what this administration saw, I think, when it came in, was violent crime had ticked back up in 2015 and 2016. So a priority of former Attorney General Sessions now being carried on by Attorney General Barr, who I had the opportunity to meet the other day in Washington, sat and said hello, talked about the district a little bit, so that was a great thrill for me. But this administration said, let's get back to PSN. PSN worked. And so that's where we are. So in the Middle District of Pennsylvania, what we've decided to do is really put those efforts into what we see as areas of greatest need. So what does that look like in the Middle District of Pennsylvania? Well, it looks like City of York, City of Harrisburg, generally Wilkes-Barre, Scranton a little bit, Wilkes-Barre, Hazleton, and Williamsport. So around here, mostly it's efforts going on working with the folks in Wilkes-Barre, Luzerne County DA's office to try to get at violent crime. Now, make no mistake, the heroin and opioids issue is part of this, right? Because violent crime and drug dealing go hand in hand, guns and drug dealing go hand in hand. So we take a pretty expansive view of what Project Safe Neighborhoods means. If we want safe neighborhoods, we've got to attack violent crime and drugs.
So this is from the law enforcement point of view. Are there things that ordinary citizens can do in order to be involved in Project Safe Neighborhood?
Sure. What the part that, and I was looking at some of the statistics that come out from the department, and what we're really good at, especially in the Justice Department, is forging partnerships with law enforcement. And I have to tell you, the Middle District of Pennsylvania, even before I got into this job, I was a DA before this. This district is known for our law enforcement partnerships, federal, state partnerships, working really well with locals and state together. We don't fight over cases. We send the case to the best place for the case to have success. And so we're really good at the law enforcement part. Where we need to be better is community engagement, engaging with the victims groups, and what people can do is try to get involved, if they've been victims of crime, get involved with victim groups, neighborhood watches, community groups, because those are the sorts of partnerships we're looking for. Just recently, a couple of weeks ago, I had an opportunity to meet with 3 folks, one man who's lost a brother and a sister to an opioid overdose, a woman who lost her son, and a woman who lost her daughter. And they reached out to me. They're very active. They go to Wilkes-Barre City Council, Hazleton Council, Luzerne County Council. Yeah, it's Council in Luzerne. I have a lot of counties in the Middle District. I have to remember how things are set up. And engage. And they wanted to engage with us in terms of, how can we get more federal assistance? And we know we're working well with partnerships. So I had a wonderful opportunity to sit down with them and actually had letters that they generated from City Council in Hazleton and Wilkes-Barre and from the Luzerne County Council that I handed over to the Attorney General just this week. And I said, we are looking for as much support as we can get here. We're working together, but we could always use more support.
Now, obviously, you are on the bigger level than county council, city council. So if somebody has something, what would you suggest? Would you suggest starting at that level, or is there a way that they would need to get in touch with you?
Absolutely. Well, you can always get in touch with us. We're on the web, Middle District of Pennsylvania. Just Google it and you can find the website. That's how the folks from Luzerne County got involved. They just reached out to the office. And I said I'd be happy to meet with them, and we had an outstanding meeting. So that's one way to go if you think that it's if a person thinks maybe some federal help would be helpful or would like to engage or ask questions. Now, to me, because I come from that local background too, I think starting local is the best place to start, whether it's your neighborhood, township, borough, city. Start that way, because around here, we really do have some good relationships. And if the issue is serious enough, I think it'll find its way up there. And I think what we've seen is attacking these issues at the neighborhood level is absolutely the way to go. It doesn't matter that I'm a federal prosecutor and I work with FBI and DEA and ATF. We're still attacking these problems at the neighborhood level. But
it's somebody like you that can get those other folks involved if it becomes that it's that much of a problem.
Sure. One of the things that the U.S. Attorney can do, just like DA Salavantis can do in Luzerne County or DA Powell can do in Lackawanna County, we can be conveners. Right. Well, one thing that people will do is they'll answer the phone when I call, and if we invite them to a meeting, they'll usually come to a meeting, and so we can convene those groups. Another recent development that we had, and I think it was about a month ago. My schedule's so full, it's hard to keep track, but we had an excellent meeting at Wilkes with members of the Luzerne County Medical Society. So there were some law enforcement folks in there, and there were physicians, everyone from pain management to emergency medicine to family medicine. There was a professor of pharmacy from Wilkes there, and we had a great meeting. Just talked about, there was a trauma surgeon there, and talked about issues. What can we do? How can we combat these overprescribing issues, and just the impact on the community and physicians are having. There was a dentist there from Pittston who was outstanding and very engaged in the project. So we're looking forward to continuing that. So it's those sorts of groups. It was a group of doctors. Could be just a group of citizens, could be a victims group, anybody. I think we all work together, we're going to do better.
And I'm just glad that you were there when I called, and hopefully you'll come back again.
Absolutely.
All right. We'd like to thank once again U.S. Attorney for the Middle District of Pennsylvania, David Freed, for joining us, and thank you. And we'll see you again on Community and You.
When emergency strikes, trust your care to the all-new ER at Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. With a facility that's now twice the size. Experienced nurses who see you right away. A quick assessment process makes sure you get the care you need. Advanced technology on site. Safe, private treatment rooms, and a peace of mind that only this level of care can bring. When it matters most, trust your partner in emergency care. Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months I'm accident-free. Because I don't use my cell phone when I'm driving, even though my family does and leaves me all alone. Here's something else. I don't share it with Mom. Right, Mom? I have a brand new putter you don't even know about. It's awesome.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
WYLN TV 35 and the Lehigh Valley Health Network are recognizing our area's everyday heroes Thursdays on the WYLN News Facebook page. Every single person, young or old, has the potential to be an everyday hero through simple acts of courage, kindness, and love. So don't delay, spread the word, and nominate your everyday hero by sending us a picture and short message at our website or through our Facebook page at facebook.com/WYLN News. Let's shine some light on our everyday heroes. What's on TV? Plenty. WYLN TV 35, the best in local programming.
We'll be broadcasting live from Mountaintop next Friday, June 12th for Crestwood Area's 2020 graduation. Ceremony starts at 4 with a procession parade that'll proceed down Route 309. Students will then walk across the stage to receive their diplomas. Once again, live next Friday, catch all the action at 4 right here on WYLN TV. And since attendance was limited this year, we'll be bringing Berwick Area's 2020 senior graduation ceremony to your screens this weekend. Mark your calendars from 7 to 9 p.m. this Saturday, June 13th, so you can witness all the magic happen for yourself that you might have had to miss from a social distance. Once again, if you weren't able to be with your 2020 Berwick graduate on their big day, don't worry about it. You'll be able to catch all the action this Saturday, June 13th from 7 to 9 p.m. right here on Wyln TV. Passenger train rides at this historic site were derailed through the end of September. The Steamtown National Historic Site announced that all their planned railroad passenger excursions suffered a pandemic postponement until September 30th, as a safety precaution for its visitors, staff, and volunteers. The Steamtown National Historic Site remains closed for the time being. For all the latest updates and information regarding the park opening, as well as the status of fall and holiday excursions, visit nps.gov. That's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page or WYLNTV.com, where you'll find the real facts about COVID-19 from LVHN or who's open for business. Stay with us. A look at today's weather's next, right here on Wyln TV.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialist, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information. WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the Children's Programming Report is on file for public inspection at WYLN 1057 East 10th Street in Hazleton, Pennsylvania during normal business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.